What if I told you that studying harder is actually making you dumber? Yeah, you heard me. Most people are stuck in a loop, highlighting textbooks like it's a coloring book, rereading chapters like a mantra, and thinking that effort equals intelligence. But here's the truth. The top 1% of students don't study harder. They study differently. And there's one habit they all share, yet almost no one talks about it. Let me break it down for you. Let's get something clear. Passive studying is a trap. Highlighting, rereading, watching videos on repeat. It feels like progress, but it's just academic entertainment. It makes you feel busy while you're getting nowhere. The top 1% know better. They don't just review, they simulate the real thing. No music, no open notes, no distractions, just pen, paper, a timer, and full silence. They make their study sessions feel like an actual exam. Because under pressure, your brain behaves differently. If you only study in comfort, you'll choke in chaos. It's like this. Studying without testing yourself is like training for a fight by shadowboxing in front of a mirror. It might look impressive, but the moment someone throws a real punch, you're on the floor. Real learning means stepping into the ring before the actual fight. Here's the truth most people ignore. Your brain doesn't get stronger by consuming information, it gets stronger by retrieving it. Every time you force your brain to recall something from scratch, you're strengthening the neural pathways that store that memory. Think of your mind like a muscle. Reading is just stretching. Retrieval is the heavy lifting. And without lifting, you don't grow stronger. Every recall attempt, even if you fail, signals your brain that this info matters. That's how memory is built. It's not about how many hours you spend with a book open. It's about how many reps your brain does pulling that knowledge back out. You don't need a fancy app. You don't need a study guru. You need this. 1. Study for 25 to 50 minutes. 2. Close your notes. 3. On a blank page, write down everything you remember. 4. Open your notes and check what you got wrong or forgot. 5. Focus your next round on those gaps. 6. Repeat. That's it. No shortcuts, no hacks. Even 10 minutes of this after each session will do more for your memory than 3 hours of passive review. It's not flashy, but it works because your brain learns best in discomfort, not in autopilot mode. Want to really test your understanding? Try explaining the concept like you're teaching a 5-year-old. Break it down. Use simple words. Use ridiculous analogies. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it deeply. This is what the best students do. They teach out loud. They turn concepts into stories. They break down complex systems into Lego blocks. Because teaching forces clarity, and clarity locks in memory. The rule is simple. If you can't teach it without notes, you don't really know it. And the moment you can explain a tough concept in plain language, you've mastered it. Let's wrap this up with a truth bomb. Studying isn't about how long you grind, it's about how smart you train. You could spend 5 hours rereading the same chapter and still blank out when it matters. Or you could spend 20 minutes training your brain with focused recall and actually remember when the pressure is on. This one habit separates the top 1% from everyone else. It's not about talent. It's not about being a genius. It's about doing what actually works even if it's uncomfortable. So here's your challenge. Try this method. No fluff. No shortcuts for just 1 week. 1 week of pen and paper active recall. 1 week of teaching things out loud like you're explaining to a kid. 1 week of training, not coasting. You'll never want to go back to the old way. And if this video hit you like a slap of truth, you already know what to do. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next strategy that could change your game. Send this to that one friend who is still decorating their notes with highlighters like it is a coloring book. And let's talk in the comments. What's the weirdest, wildest, or most effective study ritual you've ever tried? Seriously, I read them all. See you in the next one. Until then, study smart, not soft.